boys, I mean, they have the illusion of confidence, right? But that's why a lot of bad boys get women because they have this illusion of confidence. Is it real confidence? No. But it's that illusion, and women like that. Yes. Men like that. Men like confident women also because they want to know that she's not meek and, you know. Yeah. Yeah, so.
But then they get one that's a little fucking bossy like me, and they're like, oh my God. And I'm like, well, you're not the only confident one, though.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Aesthetics After Hours. And this is me, Anastasia. And we are in Tracy, California, which is a little town right outside of San Francisco. Our host, Jennifer. Jennifer, would you introduce yourself?
Hi, I am Jennifer. I am the owner of Via Venus Aesthetics. And I also train. With the Fusion Plasma device.
Wait, what did we say? Where are you from? Where are your businesses? You're a esthetician in Bakersfield. What do you do there?
Hi, I'm Mindy. I'm from Bakersfield, and I'm the owner of the Body Studio LLC. I'm an esthetician, and what do you do? I do a lot of post-ops, I do a lot of head spas, and I do a lot of body work.
And just to add, Mindy is the best in the West for any face and body treatments.
But always nervous as fuck on camera, so.
Thank you. That's the Mindy coming up.
Ignore me for a bit.
So you want to know why did I came all the way from the East Coast, specifically Pennsylvania, to California right after the fires happened. I mean, we're in San Francisco, so it's safe. Why am I here? I am always striving for, as a professional, I'm striving for education all the time. And I do a lot of research before I bring in new modality into my practice. I also do a lot of post-op like Mindy, a lot of body work, body sculpting, face sculpting, all of that. Me and Mindy, we did a lot of research about what to bring to our practice. And Fusion Plasma would strike our interest the most. So Jennifer will talk about Fusion Plasma, what it is, and why it's safe, and why there's a lot of research, medical background. What, you want to say something?
I told this bitch about this a year ago. I've been watching it and
it's on YouTube.
You could watch, listen, I've been telling this girl, this woman, for the last year about plasma, on how badass it's going to be and how it is going to help with so many different parts of our actual treatments. But it just took her a minute to get on board with me and see my crazy brain working. And then we found Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Yes, and hence all of the research, right? Yes. I mean, it makes sense to not want to jump right into buying a product because you hear about it or see about it in a lot of ways. I have learned my lessons from that. I myself have purchased other devices, you know, when cold plasma, jet plasma was like all the rage. There was this huge, a couple of years ago, you know, everybody was getting it. It was the buzz. And, you know, investing in something like that and then later being disappointed, I learned to be a lot more discerning. So I don't blame you for taking a minute to decide to do it. I don't.
I did take it
because I've done it.
You know it.
Yes, because I've done it. I've done it too, you know, and I think that it's smart to do that, you know, but I know that you're going to realize how incredible this device is because of all of the devices that I use with plasma, and that's actually something that I specialize in. Out of all of the things that I use the Fusion Plasma device 95, maybe more than 95% of the time in the treatment room.
So basically pretty much every single client of yours have experienced this, right?
In one way or another, yes.
So how long?
On the face or the body.
So how long have you had the device for?
I've had the device for over a year. It was November of 2020, what year are we in? 2023.
So tell me, people who don't know what it is, tell me how it differs from all the other, I guess, what's marketed to be similar, but it's really not on the market. Like what struck your interest?
So what really got me excited about the device is that it does two modalities of plasma. So it does warm plasma and then it does cold plasma. So warm plasma is used more for rejuvenation. It has an ablative quality to it, so it causes micro trauma to the skin. And then it also has the super healing cold plasma that helps with healing. It helps with inflammation. It helps with all sorts of acne and all sorts of bacteria and viruses. And so really the versatility of this device was unmatched to anything else that I saw on the market, especially at the price point.
Excellent. So also, like I'm gonna say what struck my interest. I've had this treatment experienced yesterday by Jennifer and Mindy. I have had combination of warm and cold plasma on my forehead for like wrinkles, rejuvenation, because I haven't done Botox in probably over 3 years now. And then on my cheeks, because of my rosacea, and I have like a lot of redness on my cheeks, like my entire life since I was a little kid. And then Mindy can vouch about the mice later.
What?
The causes of rosacea.
Oh,
Well, you'll talk about
mites,
the mites. The mites. English is not my first language.
We're killing the mice.
Vice antibacterial and antifungal, right?
Antifungal and yes.
And antiviral. And I also came with cold sore, which the girls were treating yesterday. And then they did my chin for
way, your cold sore looks better
for the yes, it does, for dermal plasma. And usually after treatment you experience like you have a little bit of downtime, but honestly my face, I don't think it looks that bad, right?
Oh, no.
Right. So what struck my interest is we all know about microneedling and we all know about lasers, right? So I absolutely I'm a big fan of microneedling, but this treatment just makes it a step up. So can you just tell me a little bit about microneedling and increase the results of microneedling?
So, well, one of the great things about this device is the cold plasma. Like I was saying, you can apply the cold plasma before you put the numbing cream, and that, because the cold plasma opens up the skin barrier, it allows the numbing to take hold quicker and at a deeper level. So that is one of the benefits. And then you can apply the microneedling, and after that, then again, apply the cold plasma to help with healing. So one of the really wonderful things about cold plasma, like I said, is it will complement any kind of intensive treatment that you're doing, whether that is microneedling or a different plasma treatment or peels, any of those, it helps with healing. Lasers, it helps with healing. It just, I mean, your forehead, if we hadn't done the cold plasma on your forehead, it would probably look a lot more red right now and even underneath here. So it really helps with healing. The device also has dermoplasma, which is, they're dermal rollers, and you just roll over the skin kind of like microneedling. It's at a shorter depth, so it's 0.25, but that is incorporated in with cold plasma. So there is also plasma going into the skin at the same time. So it's kind of like microneedling.
a double whammy.
Yeah. It's like a all-in-one kind of treatment.
And let me add it, you guys, because that barrier is open, guess what? Those products that you're using after the treatment is being really absorbed into the actual depths of your skin, not just topically, because most of the stuff, 60% is not gonna work. So when you open up that barrier, things are really absorbing in.
Oh, can you also, Mindy, because since you're doing post-op, you literally the best on the West post-op. For post-op, I will not get tired of saying this because you like a wealth of knowledge, just as Jennifer, I'm sorry.
Not with post-op.
But
Yeah.
but like post-op wise, how do you think this device will benefit your practice?
For post-op, I think it's gonna help with infections, or you guys get those stitches that are popping out. Guess what? Those holes that it's making, it's gonna heal it a lot faster. It's gonna heal, like if I start this right after surgery, guess what? Your cuts are gonna heal better. Your incisions will look nicer. The texture will feel better, but it's just because it's healing from the inside, because you have to heal from the inside.
The hyperpigmentation too.
Let's talk about hyperpigmentation. You want to take on that?
Sure. So cold plasma also helps to break down the pigment that's in the skin. So of course it's not something that's just, erased after one treatment. I mean, just like anything, but it is beneficial for hyperpigmentation as well. Also, because we are opening the skin barrier, if we apply any kinds of brightening creams and treatments, like applying the creams onto the skin, it just penetrates even deeper, which also helps with it.
Yes. And also, since you, Mindy, doing head spa services, since you already tried, you already have the device for a little bit, right? For how long do you have the device for?
Probably a month now.
So explain how does that enhance your
Head spa treatments. I actually got into plasma because I was looking for the hair growth rejuvenation part, because a lot of people are going bald. A lot of women do extensions. It pulls out your hair. A lot of people fry their scalps with perms and with hair dye, and your hair starts getting thin. We start losing our hair. I wanted to find something else to kickstart that actual hair growth on people that have alopecia or have these issues that are going on in their actual scalp, which plasma does. Because why? It's bringing in that blood flow, and blood flow is literally like Miracle-Gro to the hair. So you have to get that going, and then guess what? I could put stem cells on your head. Your hair is going to start growing. So plasma has so many different functions that work all through my practice, from the head spas to the post-op to the facials. It's going to be a game changer. It's going to be totally a game changer.
Now let's talk about the benefits of warm plasma, what it is, and so I'm gonna take Jennifer, explain that to you.
So warm plasma, what it does is the plasma is warmer, so it's actually causing a heating effect to the skin, almost like a burn, but we don't really like to say burn because it's not like traditional hot plasma where it's actually burning the epidermis. It's not doing that. So that's something that's special about it too. You'll notice also right after the treatment, it's not an obvious ablation to the skin. It's kind of white, flaky, or you don't see anything at all. So what warm plasma does is it works from the inside out and creates microtraumas to the skin, which then forces your body to heal, produce collagen, and tighten. So it is not just used for rejuvenation, like anti-aging, wrinkles, fine lines, that sort of thing, but also for hyperpigmentation. So it can be used to almost erase hyperpigmentation in some ways, even melasma, which is pretty unique because not a lot of things can do that. Like what we were talking about, the lasers, the BBL lasers. So I had a client who came in and she had the BBL lasers done. Her skin looked fantastic after that. But then, as with anything, the hyperpigmentation started coming back. We did a session of the warm plasma that was targeting her hyperpigmentation, and her skin, it looked just as good after the BBL and Halo. Now, of course, that's her experience. I'm not an expert on lasers in any way, so take that with a grain of salt. But I love sharing that story because, sometimes we don't know all of the different options that are out there.
Yeah. Okay, so my other question, since we're talking about warm plasma and it is a little bit more aggressive because it works in the deeper epidermal layers of the skin, maybe if somebody considering doing that treatment, I know that the common question will be how much? And I know that varies, but just maybe in the ballpark. And then how many sessions do I need to get results? Because that's the first few questions I ask. And what's the downtime? So maybe briefly you can talk about that.
Okay, so of course, like you said, it's going to depend on the area. The cost is going to depend on where you are at locally. Anywhere from $500 for a full face to $1,000 plus for a full face. Now, something that's important knowing is that for this treatment, in a lot of times, it's a one and done. So you come in once a year, once every 18 months for maintenance, and that's it. That just kind of keeps you looking rejuvenated. Now, there are other circumstances where there's more corrective treatment that's necessary, and so you could come in every 2 to 3 months for that. So, of course, that would be something to talk to your practitioner about, which plan is right for you.
Oh, your friend. So I'm happy you're my friend still. She should be happy I'm her friend still because she's caused so many fires. I have to put out fires when I'm with this bitch all the time. I have to explain. She's Ukrainian and Russian, so she doesn't have manners like us. Sorry. I have a question, Jennifer. My question is in regards to the difference between fibroblast and warm plasma, because I've seen a lot of bad jobs. A lot of scarring, wrinkles, skin being pulled differently. What's the difference so people are not being weenies and not wanting to try this,
Okay, so the main difference between fibroblast and the warm fusion plasma is the temperature. And the technique. So fibroblast is hot plasma. It causes a burn to the skin. So in most cases, with most devices, there are these little dots that are placed. Those dots need to be placed precisely. They need to be held for a certain amount of time so that they aren't causing that pitting. So a lot of times you see that because the practitioner isn't trained properly or has not fine-tuned their technique. Okay. So that is one of the dangers of fibroblast. It is one of the reasons why I don't really use fibroblast as much now that I have incorporated the fusion warm plasma, because I'm also seeing that healing time has always been tough for fibroblast. You have these dots that are all over your face for 5 to 7 days. It's very obvious. But I am finding in my practice that warm fusion plasma is getting similar results, if not sometimes better results than fibroblast. So the reason is because warm fusion plasma, well, not only are we covering a larger area in general, it's also less expensive than fibroblast as a whole, because the amount of time that is required for the treatment, the amount of damage that we're causing, it's just all together, warm fusion plasma is a better treatment. I am one of the trainers nationally. I do in-person trainings, one-on-one. I can train a couple at a time. I'm happy to do that if you have friends. But I also do virtual trainings. So, I work directly with the manufacturer. And I just love this device so much. So I love to train people. That is something that I just enjoy and get so much value from. And, I feel like I build friendships from it too. So yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I got these crazies, but I love them.
because, behind the scenes, we talk.
Follow me on social media, The Body Studio _Studio LLC. And I'm in Bakersfield.
So I'm in Tracy, California. I am outside of the Bay Area, just over the Altamont. So I serve, the Bay Area, Sacramento, Modesto, all of those areas. I can help you, and even further.
Both of these ladies, they have a lot of people flying and driving to them, so it's really worth a fly or a drive if you're considering. And then if you're on the East Coast, come check me out. I'm in Pennsylvania, Allentown, Pennsylvania. That's like right outside of New York. It's like a same distance from New York and Philly, about 1.5 to 2 hours, but it's worth a drive. Well, thank you so much, and all the socials will be linked down below. Make sure to follow everyone, and comment, like, share, ask all the questions in the comments. We'll read them all and we'll answer all your questions. Until next time. Bye.